Once upon a time, in a peaceful village called Meadowbrook, there was a young boy named Lucas. He lived in a small cottage at the edge of the village with his parents. Lucas was known for being very lazy. Every day, Lucas would help his father in the fields, but his job was always the same: to scare the birds away from eating their crops. Most people used sticks or slingshots to drive the birds off, but Lucas didn't want to put in much effort. So, he built wooden poles around the field and connected them with ropes. This way, he could frighten the birds without getting up. He could just lie down and relax. His father was often worried about Lucas's laziness, wondering, what will happen if I get sick? How will Lucas manage everything? But since Lucas always seemed to finish his task, his father never complained. One summer, during a long dry spell, Lucas's father fell seriously ill, and Lucas had to take care of the entire field by himself. He tried, but hard work was not something he was used to. After a few weeks, the crops began to wither because they didn't get enough water, and Lucas couldn't save them on his own. That night, Lucas sat under the stars, feeling useless and filled with regret. He thought to himself, why didn't I try harder? Now my family has lost all hope. The next morning, Lucas heard people talking in the village. Curious, he went to see what was going on. A soldier was there, announcing an exciting competition at the king's palace. The winner would receive a large chest of gold. Lucas thought, this could be my chance to save my family. Without thinking much, he decided to enter the competition. The villagers laughed at him. How can someone like Lucas, who never works hard, possibly win against the strong competitors from across the kingdom? They said. But Lucas didn't care. He had 3 days to reach the palace, so he set off early. His parents didn't believe Lucas could win, but they hoped that the competition would motivate him to work harder and change his lazy ways. After 3 long days, the competition began. All the participants were gathered near a large lake. Many of them were strong and well-built, which made Lucas nervous. How will I stand a chance against them? Lucas thought. Then the rules were announced. They had to swim across the lake, and the first 3 people to reach the other side would move on to the next round. The countdown began. 3, 2, 1, go. Everyone jumped into the water and started swimming, but Lucas stayed behind. I can't win if I just swim, he thought. Then an idea came to him. He quickly ran into the nearby forest, found some broken branches, and built a small raft. He used a piece of wood as a paddle. This is a race to cross the lake, not a swimming race. I may not be strong, but I can be clever, he thought. As the others grew tired from swimming, Lucas paddled across the lake. Slowly but surely he passed many of the swimmers. In the end, he finished third and moved on to the next round. 2 strong contestants also made it through. The next day, the final round began. Each contestant was given a large wooden block. Their task was to push the block 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind them were many tools they could choose from, but they could only pick one. The first contestant grabbed a rope and began pulling the block. The second contestant chose a piece of wood to use as a lever to move his block. But Lucas didn't rush. He took his time and thought carefully about the tools. I can't win by using strength, he said to himself. I need to think smarter. After a moment, Lucas picked up a small knife. The crowd was puzzled. How will a knife help him move such a heavy block? They whispered. But instead of pushing the block, Lucas started carving it. He shaped the block into a round ball. After an hour of carving, Lucas had turned the heavy block into a smooth wooden ball. Now, instead of struggling to push a large block, he could roll the ball easily. The other contestants were still fighting with their heavy blocks, making little progress. Lucas rolled his wooden ball down the path, moving quickly while the others struggled. With all his cleverness and determination, Lucas crossed the finish line first. The crowd erupted into cheers. No one had expected the lazy boy to win. But his victory proved something important. Sometimes, even those who seem lazy can be clever, and with the right motivation, they can achieve great things. This story teaches us that laziness isn't always about not wanting to work. It can also be about finding the smartest way to solve a problem. But for that to happen, you need a strong reason, like Lucas's love for his family. So, the next time you feel lazy, try to find something meaningful to push you forward. Whether it's for your family, your dreams, or proving others wrong, A strong goal can help you find the motivation to work hard and achieve something amazing. Sometimes, people tell us that our dreams are too big, that someone like us can never make them come true. But are they right? Just because someone else thinks something can't happen, does that mean we have to stop believing? Today's story is about a boy who never let go of his dream. Through belief and hard work, he proved that the impossible is sometimes just an opinion. Let's hear his journey, from doubt to determination. In a lively town called Greenhill, there lived a young boy named Eli. His father was a horse coach, always moving from one stable to the next, one track to another, and even between farms. Because of this, Eli's school life was never steady. He was always switching schools, adjusting to new teachers and new classmates. But even with this unstable life, Eli was a boy full of big dreams. He had one clear goal in his heart: to own a huge horse ranch one day. A place of his own, where he would care for and train horses. One day in school, Eli's teacher gave the class a task: write an essay about what you want to do when you grow up. Eli saw this as his chance to express his dream. That night, he sat at his small desk, writing with great care and love. His essay turned out to be 7 pages long. He didn't just write about his dream, he drew it. A full map of a 200-acre ranch, with his house, horse stables, and training fields marked in detail. He knew his dream might seem too big to others. But that didn't matter to him. In his heart, he felt everyone had the right to dream. The next day, Eli handed his essay to the teacher, proud and excited. But when the papers were returned, Eli was shocked. On the front page, in big red letters, it said, "See me after class." After school, Eli quietly approached his teacher and asked, "Sir, why did I fail?" The teacher looked at him seriously and said, "Eli, this is not a goal someone like you can reach. Your family moves too much. You don't have the money or the support. I want you to write about something more realistic. Then I'll think about changing your grade." Eli walked home feeling defeated. That evening he sat in silence, staring at his essay. His father noticed and asked what had happened. Eli told him everything, hoping for guidance. After a pause, his father said gently, "Son, you have 2 choices. You can listen to your teacher and change your dream just to get a better grade. But if you do that now, you might keep giving up whenever someone doubts you." He continued, "Or, you can stick to it. Even if it's hard, even if no one else believes in it. Because dreams that truly matter need courage to protect." A whole week passed. Then Eli walked back into class and gave his teacher the same essay, unchanged. He looked the teacher in the eye and said, "Sir, I understand what you said, but I can't give up on my dream just to get a better mark. I'll accept the F." The teacher was silent for a moment, staring at the boy. Maybe, for the first time, he saw something rare in Eli, a quiet strength. A belief that didn't need approval. But the grade stayed the same. Many years passed. The same teacher, now retired, was on a trip with a group of students. They were camping near a wide stretch of countryside. As they walked through the fields, they came across a grand and beautiful horse ranch, lush green, well-built, and exactly the kind of place you'd only expect to see in dreams. To their surprise, the owner of the ranch came to greet them. It was Eli. Yes, the same boy who once got an F for dreaming too big. The teacher stood quietly, looking around at the massive ranch. Every part of it was just like Eli's old drawing, right down to the placement of the stables and the training tracks. He walked up to Eli and said, "There's something I need to tell you." He paused, then added, "That day, I gave you an F because I had a dream once too. Life convinced me to give it up, and I didn't want you to feel the pain I did." He looked away for a second and said softly, "But I was wrong. I told so many students their dreams were too big. They believed me and gave up. But you didn't." The teacher's eyes were full of tears. "You proved me wrong. You made it real." Eli smiled, not with pride, but with understanding. Even now, inside his large house near the fireplace, hangs that very essay, framed, with the red F still clear. Not as a reminder of failure, but as a symbol of never giving in. This story tells us something powerful. Never let anyone take away your dream. Big or small, if your heart believes in it, protect it. Work hard for it. Turn it from just a dream into a goal. Because dreams are what we see when we sleep, but goals are what we chase when we wake. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy our motivational stories, please comment on what you learned, and do not forget to like and share. Till next time, bye.